Good afternoon, all my friends. Am I audible? Hello. Hello. First of all, I am grateful to PEFI, its President Professor A.K. Uppal, for granting me a chance to interact with you, and Dr. Piyush Jain, Secretary General, PEFI, and all other my friends who are members of the PEFI. Today, we would like to discuss a very important topic, that is broad basing sports and achieving excellence at international level. The most important aspect in this area is sports culture. In case India is capable of broad basing sports in education sector, that is school, colleges and universities, then it may be possible for us to emerge India as a sporting nation in due course of time. Then development of nation through active and healthy lifestyle will be a contributing factor. Sports persons need merit-based selection, advanced training and meaningful participation at the international level. For that, national sports federations will have to play a very important role for making everything possible for the athletes, those who are talented and needs to be trained for achieving a very realistic and challenging target in life. Sports is viewed as a practical education, very informative and transformative education that includes our body, mind and spirit to channelize youthful energy into constructive and productive directions. In a national tally of medals in Olympic Games is a clear-cut reflection of a country's fitness level, health, and economy. Second part of this goes to talent search. Now we'll have to plan an action-oriented scheme that India being genetically rich country, but we are lacking somewhere in its planning, implementation and evaluation of our sports programs. That requires a long-term development plan and in a professional and commercial touch. Use of science and technology is another way to go for a long time to create our performance at the world level. Then we have to discuss what are the superior athletes. What are the important things which constitute a superior athlete? One is they should be genetically rich. Second is they need to be provided a very conducive environment. There should be encouragement. Sports infrastructure, equipment and all other facilities should be available at the beck and call of sportsmen. Then we should have trained and specialized coaches who can contribute in bringing sportsmen up by updating their professional knowledge and technical skills. One is genetically rich, second is scientific training, third is specialized coaching. Then India is having a demographic dividend. Today India being one of the youngest country in the world we can make the best use of this golden age, golden opportunity. Youth is a gold mine for India, but need is to be explored and developed. Third thing, we need research and development support to the athletes and coaches. This will make India's presence felt at the international level. Then what should be the objective of this plan? We need to establish at least 100 centers of excellence in our schools, colleges and universities for throwing a lot of talent in the mainstream, the national stream of India. Developing India as a sporting nation in the years to come. In a very short span of time, India could be developed a sporting nation. After becoming sporting nation, there will be a flow of talent, and that talent can be used to be Olympic champions and world beaters. Then comes regulating effective coordination. We need a very effective monitoring system or regulatory system between sports ministry and national sports federations. They should be very effective. Otherwise, in our system, it is very difficult to work because our system is a very bureaucratic. Our system is not open to each and everybody. So these, I can say, the Sports Authority of India today can play a role of a regulatory body or monitoring system for making national sports federations and Indian Olympic Association with a fine balance between autonomy of functioning and accountability of the money spent on sports. So there should be a fine balance between autonomy and accountability in our system. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for us to produce Olympic champions. Then diagnose, how we can diagnose this performance of India. Recently, you might have seen in Rio Olympics, the poor performance of India invited a very sharp criticism in Parliament as well as in public, and as a result, Government of India constituted a Olympic task force of the experts. After having detailed deliberations on the subject matter, not performing India well at international level was discussed threadbare, and out of this it came that we should plan our program that depends on 3D. One is develop. Develop means policy. We are supposed to develop policy and design our action plan and deliver the results. Now this action plan has been given to the National Sports Federations and IOA to implement strictly. After the 2021 Olympic Games in Tokyo, if held, then there will be a evaluation of the performance of Indian contingent by the experts. In case we are lacking somewhere, that will be brought to the notice of the public, parliament and experts. So our systems are suffering from political powers struggle in Indian sports system. So it should be, I would like to request that all national sports federations should have experts in there. Otherwise, non-technical and non-professional people may not be in a position to contribute as much as it is required, though they are putting their heart and soul to perform well at the international level. Indian sports system is a democratic setup with a secular approach, and in this it is providing maximum chances to all people, those who deserve, not the people those who deserve. One has to take up a scientific approach in selection, in training, in participation, and even before participating in Olympic Games directly, our system should provide international competitive exposure to our superior athletes, to our top athletes, so that they should not feel a big gap between their performance and performance at the world-class athletes. So this gap sometimes creates a trouble for them to adjust with the changing and challenging situations. One thing more I would like to have, that all our national teams or contingent should have the advantage of scientific sports staff like physical educationists, coaches, trainer, psychologist, nutrition expert, physiologist, and biomechanic expert. When all these heads and hands will get together, I think they will make the journey of our athlete more comfortable, more commanding, and easier. They will feel easy, and the stress level of our athlete will come down as and when it is required. So one thing which is to my mind, election of the office bearers and selection of the players. It should be totally democratic and by fair means. Election of the national sports federations need to be very fair, very in a democratic way, and similarly selection of our athletes should be based on merit. There should be less of bureaucracy and more of meritocracy in our approach. That needs to be taken care of. Then comes thrust areas. What are the areas where we should focus more? National sports policy, which needs to be approved, first formulated, then discussed in threadbare in Parliament, and it is approved for implementation by Sports Ministry and the National Sports Federation and Indian Olympic Association. Then it will be a very good system. I think improvements are coming, and in the days to come, India will make its presence felt at international level if we follow this system. Then comes taking into the league of best performing nations. India can join the club of elite sporting nations if we follow a developed action program by the experts, by the coaches, even taking athletes into confidence what we are going to do. Because other nations like America, Germany, Holland, Australia, they are making their university sports very competent and effective in the system. Because this is the time where advanced training starts, and we need to promote university sports at the world level, a very good system. Now, university sports have been taken up by Government of India as Khelo India Youth Games. I think this step will give us a boost and to perform better at international level. It's a well-planned program, but somewhere down the line we should be very sensible and strict in implementation of our programs. Any weakness in the implementation will be reflected in the eyes of our athletes when they are able to reach podium for success, or they are unable to reach the podium for success. So that can be reflected at any mistake committed in preparation will be reflected in the performance. So we should have a very important aspect, keeping in mind that nothing is left at chance, and we should perform better as a collaborative and cooperative campaign in promotion of sports. Then it is marketing in sports. It's a very important aspect, because any sport or game cannot survive or succeed if it is not having viability in commerce and professional aspect. Commercially viable sports like cricket, or you can say golf, swimming, tennis, they are able to survive and succeed due to commercial viability. So technically we are good at par with other countries, we may be genetically good, but if we don't have a financial support to convert our dreams into reality, it will be a very difficult job. So commerce is a very, why commerce is very close to cricket. It has been designed in such a way, it has been developed in such a way to deliver good results. So Indian sports requires this system. So then one more important thing, signing of memorandums of understanding with the sporting nation. India needs to sign memorandum of understanding at the university level with the performing unions such as NCAA, National Collegiate Athletic Federation Association of India is one example to quote here. We need to have MOU with that organization to learn from them how they prepare, how they produce champions in the university system. We can follow that system also. Then champions will come out of the system. The success is a product of a system. How system is strong, systematized, strengthened, based on scientific approach, then performance is automatically flowing out of it. What is the importance of Olympic Games? Olympic Games are a civilized world war. It's the epitome of a high degree of fitness of their participants, prepared on the basis of scientific approach, commercial approach and professional approach. So high performers are having a very dominating will to win. A will to win, you can say the attitude, their attitude in life will be altitude in their performance. Top athletes are tested in the very beginning, then trained, then given a target, and they follow the guidelines given by their system. They are tested, they are trained, and they are given a target to achieve. World beaters are having a dominating way of life in sports that is fight to the finish. They don't leave the things in between. Whatsoever they have taken up, they perform it to the best of their ability. Losing and winning may not be a very big thing. Some giving their 100% is the will to fight and to the finish. So this is the characteristics, dominating characteristics of the world champions. Several research studies reflect that due to this ability, they overcome all the difficulties, all the hurdles in their way to success. The Olympic champions are the product of genetic endowment prepared on scientific approach, not only by the coach, they are supported by the entire team of experts. They are holistically developed through scientific approach and projected in a commercial and professional manner at the world level. What are the global trends nowadays? Athletes are in the midst of rising expectations from their countrymen. Sports is a very serious business today, very commercial in approach, because they earn and burn. They earn the money out of sport and they burn the money on the sport. This is not a profit orientation, but self-dependent, self-sufficient in sports. The all-round of athletes, all-round development of athletes is the focus of attention of all the experts today, in the field of sports. Then we can say the regular updating of the professional knowledge and skills of the trainers, coaches and all other sports staff. If they because you cannot run tomorrow's business with yesterday's tools. They will have to update themselves, then they can give the best part of their knowledge and skill to the students, to the sportsmen. So it is the display. Olympic Games are the display of the daring feats trained and training of the talented athletes. This daring display of the best performance. So it all depends on our system, how we plan our activities and how we execute and how we evaluate. It's the entire system should work in tandem with each other. Then there are very binding sports ethics which needs to be kept in mind while we are on the journey of athletic performance. A true sports person is the product of the system, and he is smart enough to admit his mistakes and shrewd enough to profit from them and strong enough to correct in case whenever required for the improvement of the performance. This is how a true sportsman works. Then practice of good conduct on the field and off the field. A true sportsman is guided and trained in such a way that he is not a problem to the society, he is not a problem to the system, he is not a problem to the country. Rather, it is a sincere service to the country and society, because sportsmen, it is found in several studies, sportsmen are not found involved in crime and mismanagement. So this is a big advantage of sports which is given to. It's a rare and real service to the society. Then they keep away from the use of the drugs. Sportsmen, those who are true sportsmen, they should not involve or indulge in doping, which is a crime, heinous crime, aiming to improve or enhance their performance through unfair means, which should be avoided. Another thing which is just related to it, that doping has a very bad and deadly side effects on the performance and on the human health. So that should be, it takes more than 8 and 10 years to make a great sportsman, but in 8 minutes, if he indulges to doping in sports, he can ruin his career, he can tarnish the image of his nation. So these things should be avoided. The tradition of fair play in sport need to be implemented. Fair play, losing or winning should not be the question. Question should be how you have done to the best of your ability by following rules and regulation, respecting the opponent and respecting the rules. This is the part of the sports ethics. Then while participating in international competitions, athletes are exposed to the changing and challenging situations where they are supposed to take action as per their own judgment and own their experience, and they learn a lot of different cultures, and they improve their commitment for their own country to perform well. The process of cultivating a character. Sportsmen, being in the great education, they cultivate good characteristics of a good human being, good sportsman. So this is the thing which need to be kept in mind. So today, the youth power. India being one of the youngest country in the world, and some other countries are struggling with the aging population, which is a big expenditure on health care. India can make the best use of this opportunity to cultivate a will to fight and channelize youthful energy into constructive and productive directions, and India can be benefited. India can come up in sports by doing this. Youth needs to adopt an active and healthy lifestyle and change their mindset, it will be, no, I think it is a requirement of the day, it is the need of the day. Active lifestyle will keep your immune system better, resistant, and healthy eating will provide you all nutritious diet, and these two aspects are very important for a good human being to be a productive player of this society. Then our system should work on such things which will be providing ample opportunities to the youth for employment, for empowerment. So Indian youth should not be seen in the streets. Indian youth should be seen in the factories. Indian youth should be seen in the fields, everywhere where he can contribute to the economy of this country. That's what is required. The sports being a transformative education, our youth should be given a chance to be a game changer and we can say the torch bearer in this country, and he has many things to do to take this country at the highest level. Then how we can motivate our athletes to take up sports? Then all payments and perks should be related or linked with the current performance of our athletes, so that they should not feel out of the line, out of what you call the trend. Then modern infrastructure, equipment, incentives need to be provided by the system so that we can keep our athletes busy, and this age, which is the golden age, youth is a golden age for this nation, that should be exploited to the fullest extent possible. So then it's we need to motivate athletes by having a combination of intrinsic motivation, which comes from the within of an athlete, and extrinsic motivation by providing all the incentives. It should be a rare combination. One alone cannot make them Olympic champions. Those who are not self-motivated, you keep on providing each and everything them, they will not move an inch. So first of all, the self-motivation, if is coupled with systems motivation from outside, then it becomes a rare combination, and this is a contributory combination that I think will work. When we go through various studies, how the Olympic champions were structured and projected at international level, this motivation played an important role in their life, though it was self-motivation or motivation from outside. It should be innate. Yeah, two more components need to be discussed here. That a regular testing of athletes by the dope experts needs to be done. Otherwise, we should not leave athletes when they are preparing for Olympics unattended. Otherwise, somewhere something will creep in, and that will destroy our crop of best athletes. So I hope that this will help us. Nowadays, foreign nations have developed a educating system. The athletes are educated that it's not good to go for medals only. You go for displaying your best. If you are medal winner, nothing like that. Otherwise, you will come out of a good sportsman with good health, good performance. So these things need to be kept in mind. Then we have a future course of action. What is need to be done right now in India? That is we should open training centers in the rural areas. Our rural area is not occupied and involved in sports promotion to the extent it deserves and desires. So our centers in the rural area will keep our people busy. We can utilize the services of our independent and most prominent athletic promoters, coaches, trainers there at their where they are working. Everything should not be you can say centralized at big cities. We need that a lot of training centers should be opened and established in rural area where the local athletes, local talent can be utilized. Number two, setting scientific and professional approach. We should provide at the grassroots level our scientific and professional approach while identifying the talent and nurturing the talent and projecting them at nation level, first regional level, nation level and global level. Then we should have to tie up with the foreign universities, foreign top universities where the sport is a culture, where the sport is a lifestyle, where the sport is a philosophy of life. Then once we are preparing our base, I do hope that we can perform well at the international level anytime. That is not a big problem. Then we should keep up supporting our athletes professionally, educationally, so that once they stop playing their playing career, when their playing career is over, they should be able to settle in society as an honorable member, as an honorable citizen. So this is the education and sports should go hand in hand, and I think it's a dual path. When excellence in sports is equated with the excellence in education, I do hope that our athletes will be recognized as very, very useful members of the society, like doctors, engineers, lawyers, management gurus, and all those who are professionals. The professional achievement of sports should be equated with the educational and other commercial qualifications of all others, fellows or citizen of the society. So a large pool of we need to create a large pool of talented athletes at regional level, at nation level, and after a very good filter through which we can see our athletes are coming up, they should be projected at international level. Half-cooked athletes and half-trained athletes, maybe physically or mentally, technically, should not be projected at international level. Otherwise, we will continue to repeat the story of a failure, nothing else. So we should not leave anything in preparation at our level, in our system. Then our athletes should be in a position to perform well. So after we should have a partnership. Schools, universities and colleges should have a partnership with the national sports federations in India, including Indian Olympic Association. They should work in partnership with each other for a fulfillment of a common cause, that is a sporting performance where India's prestige image is at stake. We should not pull each other in different directions. Rather, we should be dedicated with each other in the same direction. That will be our achievement at the international level. Then we come. There is one thing which is available: CSR, compulsory social responsibility with the corporate sector, and we can request these corporate sectors, or we can have MOUs with them, so that some percentage of their profit needs to be invested in today's youth who is a sportsman, and tomorrow he can bring a laurel for this country, and the hard-earned money of the taxpayer will not go waste. So it will not go down the drain. So this is one aspect which needs to be focused and developed as per the requirement of the country. So one thing which still we are lacking, we should come up, that is an intense desire to perform well, that is a psychological preparation. Our coaches, our trainers are preparing our athletes more on physical domain, more in physical domain and technical domain, but they need to focus how to train the mind of athlete, who guides him and who steers clear of all the controversies when there is a tough competition in international in Olympics or other international competitions. He should be made independent so that he can take decisions as per the situation, because coach is sitting outside the field, he is not inside, and now he is to take a decision how to play, how to perform. Had there been proper preparation for Milkha Singh ji, for mental preparation and focusing, so he should have won Olympic gold in 1960, which I feel it was not lack on his part, it was lacking in his preparation. He should have been guided by a top athletic coach and sports scientist. Rather, I should say that he should have been trained in America against the man who won the championship. So this is international exposure under the close and careful observation of the scientists or coaches. So we should not repeat all these things time and again. Our athletes are reaching in the final round of the Olympics and Asian Games or Commonwealth Games. Why they don't win? Because they are not fully prepared. Something or the other is lacking in their preparation from all angles. Just physique, it is not the physique that works under stress. It is your mind who takes the decision, who takes the call. So mentally, a player, an athlete needs to be equally competent. More important than physical fitness and technical ability of an athlete is the most important part is the psychological conditioning at the time, in the crucial moments where the athlete takes the decision independently. There is no coach, there is nobody else with him. So this is the one part which we need. It should come up, it should be taken care of. Then the God has given us the potential, but we need to convert that potential into outstanding performance. So that should need be highlighted in high media exposure to raise the value of the sports. More important importance should be given to sports nowadays. The media can bring a change in the mindset of the performer as well as the reformer and transformer. So if a fine combination of inspiration from within and perspiration from outside should be in the end, I would like to say that the conquest of the mind is the conquest of the university. When your mind is so strong, so sensible, so scintillating, so you can say sensitive and independent, then he can take decision to even win the world. Olympic Games are not less than World War, in which mind works more than physique there. Okay, this should be kept in mind. Then we have some recommendation that a roadmap for marketing of sports. Sports is going to become very intensive, very expensive. So we should be able to generate funds from the market by our own. It should not be totally dependent on corporate sector or the government. We should have proper marketing for every sport to survive and succeed. That's what is needed. High allocation of funds for the high priority sports, the sports which are performing at the international level and they have the potential to realize their dreams, should be given more allocation in sports. The other game, I am not saying that other games should not be given. They should be given as per their performance, and other games could be utilized for utilizing sport as a active and healthy lifestyle or changing mindset of the people. Then it's a prevention of doping in sport should be taken very seriously, because there is a trend in dope taking by the athlete. They should be educated, they should be persuaded. In case they still persist for doping, they should be punished in the larger interest of the nation, because the image of the state and country is at the stake when our players are caught and tested positive. Then maximizing the participation of women in our athletic programs, sporting programs. If the mothers are sportspersons, I think they will produce champions. They will be the champions, born champions to be made. So this is what exactly the other nations are doing, especially the China. The optimal utilization of a media is also an important aspect that should be kept in mind while framing our programs and highlighting in the sporting programs in the society. Then I hope that this evolution will lead to the revolution in sports. There should be cultural exchange program, and regulatory program should be made compulsory. Otherwise, sometimes we will be committing same mistake which others we have been committing other times. So, in the end, I would like to end up that quality education, physical education, quality education, when blended with vast experience, means practical performance, then it becomes automatically a contributing excellence in competitive sports. So coaches are considered to be the men of wisdom, and athletes are men of action. When these two heads and hearts join together, I do hope the sporting performance of India will come up. With these words, I end up. I'm grateful to all of you, especially Professor Uppalji, my mentor, and my colleague Piyush Jainji, who provided me this opportunity to get along with our family, PEFI family. So now we have taken up this issue to make India a sporting nation through PEFI. I do hope all of you will come forward to put your heart and soul by making the things moving. As we want to make Indian sports system of our own dreams, and if we are dedicated, we do hope Olympic medal, Olympic podium is waiting for our athletes. With these words, thank you very much. Thank you. Now this is open for discussion. Any query, any recommendation, any question, how we can move forward, so that I tried my best, and for making my study, my paper more worthwhile and meaningful, I need your contributions, your suggestions, your recommendations, your queries, your questions, your constructive criticism will make it a wonderful. Thank you. I leave to Piyush ji, anything for discussion? Am I audible? I'm not getting your questions in on my phone. Hello. Yes, I'm reading comments. Meena Sood is there. Thank you, ma'am. Any other suggestion? Then Santosh Kumar ji, Dev Srivastava, thank you, sir. Piyush ji, sir, many questions. Yes, you send me the questions so that it should be the voice is.
Lower level as well. So that's what we have seen. Certain pieces of that.
So.
We have sort of assisted, segments.
I'm not actually getting your voice, or you can send on my mobile, I can reply.
Come out because of that. So anything on this, Stephen? I think So GC versus non-GC is segregated because
Sir, I'm not getting the voice. I'm not hearing the voice of the people, those who are questioning. Either you send on my mobile or you make it, because I'm not. Why? Yes, there is one question from Anant Kalhande. Sir, there is a new policies in the offing that's coming. We need to integrate physical education and sports in the mainstream education, so that will help us to spread it. And I do hope that people will be more aware of the benefits of physical education and sports sciences for making their life competent, active and healthy. So in case we send our recommendations to the ministry, I think they may take care of, and our system can be benefited.
But the problem one, I think would be that the guys usually don't.
Dr. Vrinder is there on my. Thank you, Dr. Vrinder. Yes.
So, even also a level of analysis has been done on at a product level as well there. And I think GC, C18, GC, C9 and C13 are actually sort of the ones who are not performing. C9 is sort of
Dr. Randhir Pathania is there. Thank you for your suggestions. I will take care. Then Harneet Singh Sodhi, please, sir, give answer. What is your question? You type here the question, I can reply. Because I am not hearing your voice, this is a big problem, I do not know. Then Manoj Kumar Mishra, if any missed any session, then it may visit the PEFI page for discussion, or you have my number and my email. You can send your suggestions, or you can have interaction any other time in case you have not been able to attend. So this is how. Thank you, Piyush ji, for giving for monitoring my lecture and performance. I need your blessings and your contribution for making it more important, more meaningful and fruitful for our organization. Now we have taken up the issue to develop India as a sporting nation in our lifetime. I tell you, we can do it. Then comes Coach Mamta Shahrawat Sanswal. Coaches, Mamta ji, coaches have to update themselves on the regular basis, especially on the basis of sports science, physical education, latest recommendations or findings of the research, and combining these things and applying on the field will help you. Then Manoj Chaudhary Manna. Good afternoon. Thank you very much, Manojji. I think this is a better evaluation of my experiences. This is my preparation from my experiences. I have not gone through much of the books because books were written way back, and that may be the best at that time. Today, these books need some improvement, some modifications, keeping in mind the changing times. So this is how we can come up and keep ourselves uh, changing with the changing times. Then is Manpreet Barar, I think. Okay, so thank you for your comments. I would like to take up the things from your experiences, so I will add your experiences in these things. I think that will be better. That's better combination. Kulvinder Pal Singh Mahi, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your encouragement and your judgment, rather. For any other query, you have my number. Now we are part of PEFI. You have my email. You can suggest, you can contribute, you can criticize where we need to make changes, because it's not a perfect. Certain things, because a lot of heads are working on this. It was my, I think that will be a very big contribution from you people. But you understood, you liked it, but we cannot say. And the best chef is who knows the proportion of ingredients properly. So that makes the things of everybody's choice, interest. Then Mahasingh Rao, I am watching your session. Mahasingh ji, you are my colleague. We worked together in National Institute of Sports and International Coaching under Madam Cooper from Holland. We learned, we worked together in Sports Authority of India. Mahasingh ji, I learned a lot of things from you. You are a good wrestler of your time. Thank you. Then Sureshna Sani, I fully agree with you, sir. Mindset should be changed, and attitude is the altitude of life and performance. Okay, anything else you want to add more? So next time I will take another lecture, because I want to see you people are talking to me. I need to interact through language, through thank you, Sureshna Sani, Mahasingh Rao ji. Then comes Anup Vishwas. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you very much for Anup ji. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, and your contribution will be taken care of. Amrit Pal Singh, thank you, Amrit Pal ji. Your contribution is immense. Harneet Singh Sodhi, right? Yes, I will, because I worked under Milkha Singh ji. I know his personal life a little bit, and professional life. He was a man of guts and grey matter. So it might be very difficult for a common man to reach there where he was in the Rome Olympics. So I hope he can tell better than me how could he do it. Thank you very much. Goraksha Padgaonkar, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. We met that in PEFI's program, and now you send your comments, any contribution. So we want to make it a good paper, good. So Dr. Aruna Dogra ji, thank you very much, ma'am. Anything which is needed or which we can add it. Hema Ladha, thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for your contribution. I'll take care. So, any other question which is left, which Jasbir from Bombay, I think we met there in Times of India's program, and I know your contribution. There were Abhinav Bindra was also sharing the dice. I know. Thank you. You still remember. Very good. Send me. Jahaneb Khan. Jahan Zeb Khan from Pakistan. Thank you very much, Khan Saab. You are on the line. Thank you very much. You send your comments on Indian system, how we can get together. India, Pakistan can improve sports. That will be our desire. Then I have attended. Gurnam Singh Chug. Thank you for your efforts. Kulvinder Pal Singh Mahiji, Virender ji, Anant. Then comes Tamanna Kiran Manku. Tamanna Kiran Manku. I think you are from J&K. You send your suggestions. You liked it, and whatever you still think, there is a room for improvement everywhere all the time. I agree, but you can send to me directly. Yes, Khan Sahab, you say sports federations are coincide with the college and universities. They should work together, but how it is possible as one is government institution and other is non-government? It's a very good question, but for a good cause. When you are taking one cause that is a national cause, and these two things come under nation, public and private, if they combine, this is the need of the day. One should leave ego outside and go for the best which we can do as a public and private sector both. I think public sector or private sector are not above the image and prestige of a nation. For the prestige and the image of a nation, they are expected to work hand in hand. I do hope we are still the victim of bureaucracy and hypocrisy. There should be a real democracy, and that will lead to meritocracy. So, Khan Sahab, I think you are also victim, means your sports in your country is also victim of bureaucracy like in India. So we should get rid of these things now to perform well at the international level. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Virender ji, Shri Jeth, there will be no physical education teacher in higher secondary level at Kerala. Please solve the problem. Yes, this should be taken up, and there should be one proposal submitted through the principal of a school to the district education officer, or what is system in your state. I do hope justifying. There should be justification of every proposal submitted to the government for their kind consideration. If they are convinced, I do hope that they will help you. Then comes Harneet Singh Sodhi. Sports policy should be centralized under NIS. No, you cannot say we should not give so much power to one institution. No, power should be decentralized. That will be helpful. Why we should go to the second opinion when we are facing a serious illness, like Indian sports is facing illness, then we should not go only to NIS or sports authority. It should be decentralized power. All the federations, all national association of sports, which is you can say IOA, so all should sit together and discuss the matter and come to the conclusion that is better, because otherwise one thing makes the things centralized and dictatorship. decentralized people can put their views after consideration. If they are taken care of, I think that is the better way. Many heads can decide in a better way. So I think it's over now. I'm grateful to you all. Kundan ji, namaskar. Thank you very much, Kundan ji. Okay, Khan Sahab, you have my number. You can talk to me. You have my email. We'll be in touch because there are a lot of similarities in the system in India and Pakistan. So whatever we can work out for each other, and this will be a great contribution for both the nations to perform well. Because genetically, now we are politically divided. Genetically, we are the same breed, special breed rather. लैंदा पंजाब ते चढ़दा पंजाब दोवें इक्को चीज़ां ने, ऐसी कोई गल नहीं है. ओके खान साहब. Dr. Namita Saini, yes, I agree with your comments. I will take care. Yes, coaching should be decentralized. I agree. The players to perform best when they are given all the things which they require and they deserve. Dr. Dev Rana, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. Thank you. Thank you. So I tried my best, and still it can be better. Give your comments, your contribution, your criticism, recommendations. I'll take care. Nivas Sprinter. Oh, very good. You're from? Nivas Sprinter. You're from? And what is your comments or query? You just let me know. I agree, Dr. Anil Milli. I agree with you. University sports needs more funds. I agree with you. But government has its own limitations. Then we should open another door, that is public-private partnership module. You ask from the government, but whatever is possible from their end, you take it and manage from outside. That is private sector. You should not suffer from the crunch of the finance. Yes, Kulvinder Singh ji, you can arrange my lecture in your group too. There is not a problem. If it's a sharing of knowledge, I will learn from your point of view, and you will get some benefit from myself. No problem. Kulvinder ji, that's not a problem. We will continue to share. Virendra ji, thank you very much. Virendra ji, Harneet Sodhi, Kulvinder, Pal Singh Mahi, Sanjeev Kumar, thank you very much. Then Anant Kalhande, Harneet Sodhi, Srijit, there will be no physical education teacher. I have already discussed this with you. Then Virendra, sir, physical education subject may be introduced in civil services. Yes, this matter can be taken up in Parliament, because civil services are centrally governed system. In case we take up this issue in at a bigger platform, and that should be made part of the discussion in Parliament. If once it is passed in Parliament, then it shall be implemented. So Kulvinder ji, this is, I think, Virendra ji, it was your question. Then okay. Sir, now I think it's over. Piyush ji, thank you very much. I am grateful to you all, PEFI, especially Professor A.K. Uppal, Dr. Piyush Jainji, and all other members, giving me the chance to interact with you people with my little experience and some education. Now this is the second inning of life after retirement, to be active with you people and taking our mission, making India a sporting nation, way forward. Go ahead. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.